Hello, everyone. This is James Nussbaumer. James Nussbaumer of The Master of Everything, the story of mankind and a world of illusion we call life. Yes, I am the author of this great book on sale everywhere books are sold by Ozark Mountain Publishing Company, and its sequel is on its way out soon. And in a third book after that, I call it a trilogy, which a trilogy is fiction. Although my book is creative nonfiction, I call it a spiritual and a inspirational manifesto to a better life. The Master of Everything. The momentum is building, and I hope you get a copy and join the momentum. Please do. Yes. How can I find meaning and purpose in my life is the title of this video blog today. Yes, how can we find meaning and purpose? You know, don't live from your heart and you will not find true goals to reach. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You know, it's not easy sometimes understanding our independence, which is given to us by living our true free will, thus setting out to reach certain goals. It's also not easy at times understanding what goes on in our hearts. In truth, your true free will is one with creation. Yes, it's a phenomenal masterpiece, your true free will is. When you are operating from your true free will, you have the potential to create a certain harmony that is well above a wonderful symphony orchestra. You know, A Course in Miracles states, "For your purpose was given you by God, and you must accomplish it because it is His will." Your free will, your purpose in this world, is true extension of self that has extremely subtle energy that much of the world appreciates. You know, just like any great stock on Wall Street, when you extend yourself, the world benefits. In his touching book called The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer asks us to consider, what is it like to feel energy well up in your heart makes you confident and strong? We all go through stages and changes in life where circumstances certainly do make our lives in this world seem to be on different paths than where we may be on now. For example, experiences that we've had to things that we've had to deal with and ordeals we've went through, and all the experiences and the different roads we've had to take compared to the road we're on now is what I'm trying to say. Changes seem to be something throughout life. We've seen many branches in the road where we must choose a direction. You know, I like to encourage my readers to contemplate for change. Some quiet moments in thought where you are simply listening to your heart, considering how you might extend your real self, can be more valuable than an hour of talk or unplanned work. For myself, you know, after high school, I started college at Kent State, not knowing at all where I wanted to go, where I was heading, other than to the parties. And quickly I realized I wanted to put the books down for a while and get into the real world. You know, as uncertain as I was, just like any teenager or new college student, as uncertain as I was and impatient for answers and growth, I knew one thing for sure, and that was I needed to earn money. I can still picture the people at the parties I hung around with now, with our long hair down to our shoulders and tie-dyed T-shirts and bell-bottom blue jeans in the 70s. But the answers I was getting at the beer parties sounded good while listening to Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell, but they weren't good enough for me. My heart was telling me I needed to move on. So this was when I started looking at the sky, and I really, literally flew right to the sky. What I mean is, by 1975, I was the property of the United States Air Force. My girlfriend, Lori, who months later became my wife, got to tag along, compliments of the Air Force. How cool is this, is what I proudly felt. You know, I found some answers and the truth about Vietnam fairly quickly. Many of my new airmen friends were recently back from tours of duty in Vietnam, and the war was now over. I got to hear the war stories firsthand over beers at the NCO Club, the Non-Commissioned Officers Club, they call that. It's a bar restaurant type place on a base. You know, they were training me as though I might be sent there, but fortunately for myself, no additional troops were being sent. So I just missed Vietnam and didn't have to, go through that ordeal. The 1970s were pretty wild but safe for me, even as an airman in the Air Force. The Air Force did take good care of me, and in 1978, Aaron was born. As a young father with inspiration extending through me and into my gorgeous daughter, Erin, my responsibilities kept a lid on the wilder times. I needed to be serious and help make a clear path for my daughter Erin's future. Plus the oath I had taken to die for my country if necessary, that held strong in my heart. I guess I could say I was the gung-ho type, and this really kind of excited me. I remember one night on a training exercise, a few of us under the stars until sunrise. There was about a dozen of us. We were all gazing at the starry sky while we maintained our position at our C-141 aircraft on the flight line. This exercise called for the arrival and departure of several aircraft throughout the night. And this intensified our discussion about the cosmos and the mystery behind the universe as we glared up into the sky. I've always had a keen connection and a curiosity regarding all that is visible and beyond in the sky. One of the guys said to me that it appeared as though I knew something that they didn't. As we all spoke and gazed in awe at the star-filled sky on that particular night, but I cannot say that I really knew something. That was just his projection of me. So I really cannot say that I knew something. I didn't really know where he was coming from, but I know that I've always felt real and connected somehow. Later I'd realize that the real is truly independent. I hope that makes sense. Here's to your true free will. Let me quickly add that I have a system I use for my own true free will, to extend my true free will and to actually live it. A system that I use, and it claims real abundance for me. If you'd like to know more about this system, click on the description box in this YouTube video. Right at the top, you'll see my jamesnussbaumer.com web address. Click on that, and it will take you to my Real Abundance page. And you will find some excerpts of blogs that you can click onto, some other links, some videos that you may want to find useful for yourself, finding your own true free will and claiming real abundance. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish the best for you, and I wish the highest degree of success in your life that you could possibly have. God bless, and thanks for putting up with me.